What if a simple hike turned into a lifelong mystery? In June 2023, Céline Cremer, a 31-year-old Belgian tourist, vanished during a walk at Philosopher Falls, a remote Tasmanian rainforest near Waratah. She was last expected to board the Spirit of Tasmania ferry on June 21st, but never arrived. The next day, her car was found parked at the trailhead, already there for days. From that moment, the enchanted forest became the scene of one of Australia's most haunting missing person mysteries. How do you find a person in an unforgiving wilderness? Tasmania police and SES units, aided by swiftwater rescue teams, cadaver dogs, drones, and helicopters, searched the dense bushland. But harsh weather, dense canopy, and treacherous terrain forced the authorities to suspend active searching by July 10, concluding survival was unlikely. Still, as Inspector Hansen stated, missing person cases are never closed. Hope remained alive despite the forest's silence. What if your last footsteps could be traced even when no footprints remain? Private investigator Ken Gamble analyzed raw GPS data from Céline's phone and mapped her last 40-plus location points up to 4:18 p.m. on the day she disappeared. His analysis suggested she may have left the marked trail, possibly responding to her phone's navigation and heading uphill into dense forest. Despite ground searches and even drone-based LiDAR scans, no trace of her was found. How do loved ones keep searching when hope seems lost? Céline's closest friends, including Justine Ropet, traveled from Belgium to Tasmania in December to conduct their own searches, guided by police, supported by volunteers and experts. Her mother, Ariane, continues to coordinate efforts from afar, while the team remains determined to find answers, not miracles. Their persistence underscores a refusal to let the forest's silence become the final sentence. Why does one disappearance still haunt Tasmania's wilderness? Céline Cremer's disappearance remains one of the most baffling cases in recent memory. Nature may have claimed its silence, but not closure. GPS data suggests she may be within 1 kilometer of her last location, yet that swath of forest remains unyielding. Tasmania police reaffirmed their commitment to follow any new lead, and her family, friends, and investigators refuse to let the story fade. Until she is found, Céline's case remains a vivid reminder of the fragility of life and the raw power of nature's grip. What if a weekend getaway spiraled into your worst fear? On October 4, 2024, 27-year-old Jack McLennan, a personal trainer from Queensland, disappeared during a boys' getaway to Ficks Crossing, a remote fishing spot near Murgon in rural South Burnett. Earlier that day, he was seen on CCTV visiting the Murgon police station and a nearby bottle shop. His vehicle was later found abandoned in Murgon, packed with personal items, the last tangible sign of his presence. That weekend marked the beginning of a heartbreaking disappearance that would shake his family and community. How can small clues become haunting fragments of the past? In the days following Jack's disappearance, search teams recovered a hat and shoes, as well as his wallet and debit card, dispersed in remote bushland. These discoveries offered fleeting hope but raised suspicion, especially when public detail was sparse. The family speculated they might form part of a cover-up. Jack's mother, Kelly Moody, pushed for access to his mobile phone data to better guide search efforts, but faced bureaucratic hurdles. Every lead felt like both progress and heartbreak, leading the family deeper into the unknown. How far will a mother go to find her son? Jack's parents, Kelly Moody and Ross McLennan, refused to let the case go cold. They hired a private investigator, launched a GoFundMe campaign, and turned Jack's car into a mobile tribute, plastering his photo on it to maintain public attention. Despite facing emotional exhaustion and frustration with official delays, they undertook searches across vast and treacherous terrain, including piggery sites, a meatworks facility, and a sewage plant, any place with possibility. Their efforts remain a testament to unwavering love and resolve. What happens when a disappearance escalates into a formal investigation? In May 2025, the Coroner's Court of Queensland announced it would investigate Jack's case, with a deputy state coroner overseeing proceedings. This referral signaled a shift from active search to judicial inquiry. legal experts urged the family to view the coronial process as a good thing, noting its capacity to drive deeper analysis and independence. Meanwhile, authorities reiterated that the case remains open and ongoing, even as frustrations linger. How does one unexplained disappearance haunt an entire community? More than a year after he vanished, Jack McLennan remains missing, his fate still a mystery. His case was highlighted among Queensland's most heartbreaking unresolved disappearances, amplifying awareness of how families endure ambiguous loss, caught between hope and grief. For his family, every day brings fresh resolve. "We're not leaving any stone unturned," they affirm. Until answers come, Jack's absence leaves a haunting void in the hearts of those who loved him, and a community that refuses to forget. What if a friendly phone call were the last time you heard from someone? On March 18, 2009, Claudia Lawrence, a 35-year-old chef at the University of York, was last seen on CCTV walking toward her Heworth home. That evening, she spoke cheerfully with both of her parents and texted a friend, but afterward, she vanished without a trace. She was reported missing on March 20 when she didn't show up for her early shift. Her bag and phone were gone, but the rest of her home looked untouched, calmly bizarre and deeply unsettling. The disappearance felt like a shadow fell over York, one that has never truly lifted. How much can vanish when evidence remains hidden? North Yorkshire Police launched one of their largest investigations. Thousands of statements, searches of quarries and lakes, and even draining of reservoirs produced nothing. In 2013, the Major Crimes Unit used advanced techniques to re-examine her home and car, finding male DNA on a cigarette butt and CCTV footage of a man near her house that night. Yet, no arrests stuck. Multiple suspects were released due to insufficient evidence, and Claudia's fate remains unknown. Even with millions spent and global headlines, the trail ran cold far too quickly. What happens when everyone suspects someone but says nothing? Rumors in York circulated fervently. Locals whispered that everyone knows who did it, but fear and loyalty created a code of silence. Investigators and a new podcast team revived interest, with claims that Claudia's home had been recently disturbed and that witnesses have finally started talking, though still anonymously. Her mother, Joan, continues to lead the search, now aided by journalist Tom McDermott's podcast, Answers for Claudia, which has sparked new leads and renewed hope. Yet silence still outweighs truth, a wall investigators cannot break. Can tiny traces reveal what really happened? Key investigators highlight 3 clues that may yet lead to truth. That cigarette butt with male DNA, CCTV footage of a man in a hoodie outside her house, and witness reports of a couple arguing near the University of York just before her disappearance. Detective Wayne Fox, now leading the cold case review, insists the community's silence is one of the biggest barriers, but he remains committed to following any new lead. Each clue is like a whisper, never loud enough to reveal the full story. How can a daughter's absence echo for over a decade? More than 16 years on, Claudia Lawrence's disappearance remains one of Britain's most enduring mysteries. Her mother still visits Claudia's empty home, a haunting reminder of normalcy lost. Despite the unwavering grief and legal frustrations, Joan continues to press for justice, vowing never to give up. Claudia's story has left a void in York's community, a powerful testament to how a life can disappear and leave countless questions behind. The unanswered silence remains the cruelest clue of all.